Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Guys, in this video I am going to show you that how you can make this beautifully responsive website in just simple HTML, CSS and Bootstrap. By making this website you will be able to design different types of website, and you will know more about the CSS, HTML and Bootstrap properties and classes. And guys, this website is completely responsive. You can see it in your mobile, laptop or any type of touch screen. This is completely responsive. So guys, first of all, here we have our nav bar on the left side where we have our logo, and here you can put any type of logo, but right here we just put an icon of R and the web. And after that, on the right side here we have our nav links, home, feature, about us and services. After that we have our home section. First of all, here we have one background picture and the linear gradient effect on this image. So first of all, here we have one heading, a large heading, we are responsive, and after that we have one paragraph, and after this paragraph we have two buttons, our services and get started. On the right side button we put an hover effect. Whenever we hover on this button, it changes its background color and remove the border. So after that we have our feature section. First of all, small heading, gray color, why choose us, and after that heading of features, and after that we have these div boxes, these circles. Inside these circles we have an icons, and whenever we hover on these circles it changes background color and increase in size. So these are all same, and after that we have one heading, the small heading, responsive design, parallax effect and others, and after that we have a detailed paragraph, and all of these are same. Once you make the single one, then you can copy and just change the icons right here and the content that we put, the paragraph and the heading. So after that we have our about us section. First of all, here we have our gray color heading, section, subtitle and about us heading, the large one, and after that we have a detailed paragraph. And after this paragraph we have three images. First of all, one image, and after that one heading, and after that we have another paragraph. So these three are same. Once you make a single one, then you can copy 3 times, so you will get this about us section. And after that we have our services section. First of all, our section, subtitle, and after that we have one heading of our services, and after that we have 6 sections: service 1, service 2, service 3, service 4 and service 6. And we just right here we just put on the left side one icon with the background color, and on the left side here we put one heading of service title, and after that one detailed paragraph. And these are all same, Once you make single one, then you can easily make the others. So after that we have our gallery section. First of all, one paragraph, one heading of section, subtitle and one heading with the one heading of gallery, and we put all the images together, and we also put the hover effect on these images. Whenever you hover on these images, it gradually decrease in size. Whenever we hover on these images, it's gradually decrease its size. And if you want to know more about the gallery sections, then I have some videos in my YouTube channel. You can watch the other videos. So after that we have our latest news section. First of all, one heading of section, subtitle, and after that the latest news. And after that we put 3 sections, the 3 rows. First of all, in the first one row we have put an image on the left side, and on the right side we have the news link and a small heading, and after that we have a paragraph. And these are all same. And we right here on the top we just put a line, the HR tag, and after this row we also put one HR tag as well. So this is very simple. And in the last we have one button with the hover effect that will change the background color. And after that we have the contact us section, get in touch. First of all, section, subtitle, heading, and after that a large heading of get in touch. And after that we have our form. First of all, 2 input sections of first name and last name, and after that we have a large input section for the email, and after that our text area. Here you can put your message. So right here I am texting that please subscribe to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. So guys, if you are new on this channel, then please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button so you will get the notification on the right time. And in the last we have our newsletter section. We have a background of black background, and after that we have input section for the email and subscription button. And on the right side here we have keep update, one heading, and we have some social media icons for the Google, Twitter and Facebook. And after that we have our footer section. The footer section is very simple. Here we just put one paragraph of copyright 2020. So guys, this website is completely responsive. And so before starting, so okay guys, let's get started. Here we have one HTML file and one CSS file, but starting with the Bootstrap, you just need to copy the started template from the Get Bootstrap website. Here I'm going to copy this started template for our project. So here I'm going to paste it in the HTML file and just remove the unwanted content from the body. So guys, here you can see first of all, here we have our navigation bar, and I also get this nav bar from the Bootstrap website. First of all, here you have to come on the component, click on the components, and right here click on the nav bar. Right here there are many types of nav bars, but I am going to copy the simple one, this one, and just paste it inside the body. If we see the output of this, then here you can see the output, but we did not want this output, we just want this output. So let me customize it more. First of all, we did not want the background color. The background is light, we just want a white background. And after that, here we have our logo, navbar. You can change the logo, but I'm not going to change this logo. And I'm just taking padding left is 5. And after that we have our toggle button, the toggler. Whenever we decrease the size of our browser, then this toggler icon will be appear. We can see our navbar by using this toggler button. And after that we have a data collapse inside this toggler button. We have an ID of navbar, and after that we have our UL section. Right here I'm taking margin left is auto and margin right is also auto, just to get the navbar on the left side, on the right side. So now if I see the output, here you can see the output margin. Let me remove this margin right auto class. Here you can see our navbar links is on the right side. Let me just add the font weight. The font weight is bold. Okay, and after that we have our links. Let me just edit these links. First of all, we have a home, and the padding right is 5. Padding right is 5. Padding right is 5. And after that we have a link of disabled. Right here I'm going to remove the disabled link and adding padding right of 5. And you also had to remove this properties. Service section, services, and these are just 4 links. Let me copy one. Let me add one more link of contact us section. Contact us. Now if we see the output, so here you can see the output for the navbar, and the home section is active. We use the class of active. Here you can see we get the same navbar. And now after this we have to design this home section with the background image and the button and the large heading. For that I am taking one section with the class of home. Inside this section I am going to take one class with the container, and inside this container I am taking one row, and inside this row I am going to take 8 columns, the 8 column class for the large, and I am taking properties that we will center this content inside this column for. Okay, and margin top is 5, and let me add margin top inside this row and inside the container, and also inside the home section. So this is our home section, but we did not put the content inside this home section. First of all, I am taking heading 1. Let me copy the heading. We are responsive. And after that we have one paragraph. Let me copy this paragraph. And after that we have two buttons. I'm taking the class btn1 for the btn1 and our services, and after that I'm taking btn2 with the class of btn2 get started. And now this is just our home section. Let me design this home section in our CSS file. First of all, I'm taking the universal tags, padding 0, margin 0, box sizing, border box, and after that we had to put the home section. Inside this home section, first of all I'm taking the background URL, this picture with the no repetition, and the background size is 100%. And after that I had to get the height, that is 100 VH, and the width will be 100%. The color of content inside this home section is white. So now let me link this CSS in the HTML file. For that I am taking one link, style CSS. Now if we see the output for all of this, so here you can see we get the output, but we did not design the heading and the paragraph and the button. And we also have to put the linear gradient effect on this image. So for that, let me put the linear gradient effect, RGB and 3. Now if we see the output, so here you can see we get the output. So after that we have to design our heading and the paragraph and the two buttons. First of all, I am taking the heading, home section heading 1. The font size will be 4 EM and the font weight will be bold. Let me see the output. So here you can see the output, but the headings is not in the center. All the content is not in the center. First of all, let me design just the paragraph and the paragraph and the headings, then we will center it. The font will be italic and the font weight and the font size is let me just add 1.5 EM. And after that we have to design the buttons, home section with the class of btn1. First of all, the height will be 45 pixel and the width will be 45 pixel. The background color, this color, the background color is and the color of the text will be white, and outer line is none and the border will be none, and the font weight will be bold. Let me see the output for this button. So here you can see the button, but the width is little bit small. So now let me add the width for 140 pixel. The width is 140 pixel. So here you can see our button is beautifully designed. So now let me design the btn2, the class of btn2. First of all, I am taking the height, that is 45 pixel, and the width and the width will be 140 pixel, and the background, here I am taking the background is transparent, and the border will be 2 pixels solid white, and the color of the text will be white, and the outline is none, and the border will be none. We have the border of 2 pixels solid white, and the font weight will be bold, and margin left from the BTN 1 will be 10 pixel. And whenever we are on this button 2, is change its background color. The background color is this, and the color of the text will be white, and the border will be none. So now let me see the output for all of this. Now if you see the output, whenever we are on this, is change its background color and change its text color as well, and change and remove the border. Now we have to center all this content. For that we need to come here, the margin right is auto, the margin left is auto. So now if we see all this content, that will be centered. You can see this, all this content will be centered, but the button and the paragraph is not centered. We have to use the text center property inside this container, text centered. So here you can see all this content is centered, and this is very beautifully designed. And after that we have to design our another section, and another section is our feature section. So first of all, here we have to take one section with the feature class of feature, and inside this feature class we have to take one container, and inside this container we have to take one row. Inside this row we have to take the column 3 class. Inside this column 3 we have to copy this 4 times. 2, 3, 4. We have to copy this 4 times, this column 3, and after that we have to design this content inside these columns. And before that we have to design this heading, and the small heading and the large heading. For that I am taking the small heading inside the container. I am taking one paragraph, and inside this paragraph I am just copying this and paste it right over here. And after that I am taking the heading 1, copy this, paste it right over here. So after that let me use some properties inside this feature sections. The padding top and bottom will be 5, and the background will be light, and after that the text will be centered, and the padding top and bottom will be 5. And this paragraph I am taking the font weight. The font weight will be bold, and same class I am using the same class inside this heading 1. So now if you see the output for all of this, so here you can see we get the output just for the headings, but this heading is not the gray color. Let me add some CSS to get the gray color. This is our feature section paragraph. The color will be gray. Now let me see the output. So here we get this gray color paragraph why choosers, and after that we had to design these sections, this 4 section. But if we design the single one, and then we have to copy this 4 times, and right here I use the many types of icons, but here I'm just using simple one icon from the Font Awesome website. For the icons I'm using the Font Awesome website. Here you will get many types of icons for free. So now I'm starting to design with the columns. First of all, I'm taking the div for the icons with the icon ID of icon, and in this icon we had to take the spam tag, and inside the spam tag we will get our icon. But after this div, we have to take our one heading of we have to take this heading. Let me just paste it right over here, and after that we have to take a paragraph. Let me copy this paragraph and paste it right out there. Now let me design this circle with the hover effect in our CSS. Here I am taking the ID of icon. Now let me design this icon ID with this circle with the ID of icon. First of all, I am taking the height. The height will be 100 pixel and the width will be 100 pixel. The background color, here I am using the same background color that we used for our. Let me just copy this background color from the btn. This is our background color, and after that the color of the text will be white, and the border radius will be 50% because we want the circle, and the margin bottom will be 15 pixel, and the padding, the top left and right padding will be the padding will be 15 pixel as well, and the font size will be 45 pixel, and the text align will be centered. So now let me see the output. So here you can see the output, but the circle is not in centered. Here we use the property of text centered inside this container, but so right here we just have to use the display property. Display is inline block, display inline block property inside this icon, so the circle will be centered automatically. So after that we just have to use the hover effect on this circle. Whenever we hover on this, the background whenever we hover on this circle, the background will be changed, that is will be black, and the color of the text inside this circle will be white, and the height will increase from 100 to 104, and the width will also increase from 100 to 104 pixel, and the transition of changing the background color and increasing the size will be, the transition will be 0.50 second. So now let me see the output. Whenever we hover on this, it's increase its size and change the background color. Now here we have the four circles with the icons. So right here we just have to use one icon. The icon will be any type of icon you can use right here, but right here I'm just going to use the laptop that we used earlier. So here I'm using this icon inside every circle that we are going to make. Just copy this link and paste it inside the spam tag of icon. And whenever you are using the Font Awesome website, you have to use this link, and if you are not signed in, you have to sign in for the Font Awesome, and they will send you this link in the form of kit. Then you have to use it in your HTML5. You have to paste it inside the heading tag, the head tag. So now if we see the output, So here you can see the output. We get the same output as we have right over here in the first website. Right here I'm just going to copy all this circle. I'm copying all of this circle and pasting it right over here inside this three column class, and I use the same icon in every circle. You can use many types of icons inside these circles right here that we use right over here. So now the heading and these circles are very close, so now let me put some padding inside this row. Padding top and bottom is 5. Now if we see the output, so here you can see the output. We designed the feature section very beautifully. So the next section that we are going to design is our about section. We have to use the same heading, section subtitle and about us, and after that we have to use one paragraph, and after that we have 3 images and some other paragraphs. For that I'm going to take one section, the news section. The news section will be about. Inside this I'm taking one container. Inside this container I am taking one row class, the class of row, and inside this row we have to use some paragraphs, and after that we have to put our images. Inside this row I'm going to take one paragraph. Before paragraph I'm taking one class with the large of 6 column. Inside this I'm taking one paragraph with the class of P1, and the text will be centered. And this let me copy the paragraph that we are going to use. Just copy this paragraph. And after that we have to use one more row. After this row we have to use one more row for the images and other content. Inside this row I am taking the class of column 4, and inside this I am taking one image. The image will be any type of image you can use right over here, but right here I am using the image of 3, this image. And whenever you are using the image inside the Bootstrap, you have to use the image fluid class, and the margin bottom will be 3. And after that we have one heading, the small heading, our history, and I'm taking the H5, and after that we have a paragraph. Now let me copy this paragraph and paste it right over here. So now if we see the output, so here you can see we get this paragraph and this image section, but we did not take the about us heading and this paragraph. We have to design this paragraph as well. So first of all we need to get this P1, the section subtitle paragraph. Now using the class of font weight will be bold, font weight bold, and the text will be centered. The same classes for the heading. The heading will be about us. I'm going to use the same classings for this heading as well. And after that let me put some padding inside this row, the padding top and bottom. And after that we just need to design this paragraph, this P1. Let me add some more padding inside the container. Now the class about and the P1, and the P1 we just have to increase the size and the color of this paragraph. Now the font size will be 1.3 rem, and the color will be gray, not, we just put this color. And after that we have to put the paragraph of the about section, just put the color is gray. Now let me save this file as well. If you see the output, so here you can see the output, but this paragraph is not in center. And let me center this paragraph, text centered, and the margin left is auto and margin right is also auto. Now if you see the output, here you can see the output, we get this beautifully all this section. Now we just had to copy this section, the image section, and paste it 2 times more. Let me copy this, copy and paste it 2 times, 1 2. Now if you see the output, here I just use the same images and the same content. You can use many type of images and content, but this is designed very beautifully, very well, and this is completely responsive. You can use many type of classes, and we have a toggle button as well. So after that we have our another section, that is our service section. We are going to design this service section right now. So I am taking the service, the section with the class of service. Inside the service I am taking one container. Inside the container I am taking one row. And before designing it more, we have to take our section subtitle, this paragraph, and the heading 1, our services. Let me add some classes inside this. The class font weight will be bold, and the text will be center. We have to use the same classes for this heading 1. Let me copy this and paste it right over here. And let me design this paragraph, this P. Let me add some color on this paragraph. So here the service P, the color will be gray. Now if we see the output, copy this class and paste it right over here, so you will get the same result. So here we get the result with the color of gray. And now let me add some padding, top and bottom 5. And after that we have to design this the 6th section that we use in this services section, and we also have to get the background light. And after that, this row, in this row I am taking the column for the 6 column, like this, 6 for this and 6 for this. So the column LJ6, and inside this we have to use one icon. Inside this 6 column we have to use the icon, get 2 columns for this icon and 4 columns for this content, the paragraph and the heading. Inside this 6 I am taking one div with the ID of service 1. Inside this div I am taking one row. Inside this row I am taking 2 columns, 3 for the icon, and inside this spam tag we will use the icon, and add the remaining 9 we are going to use the remaining 9 for our content. Let me use the content right over here. First of all, I am taking heading 5. Let me copy this heading and paste it right over here, and after this we have to take one paragraph. Let me copy this paragraph. We copy this paragraph and paste it right over here. And after that we have to use one icon, and the icon will be, I am taking one icon with the class of the icon is FAB, FA, and WordPress. You have to take, I am using the WordPress icon right over here. You can use any type of icons, according to your requirement. And after that let me design all of this in our CSS. Here I am taking first of all the ID, this ID, the service one. We have to take this ID, the service one, and let me design this service one ID. We have to put the background color is white because our section is light. We have to use the background color is light, and the padding left, right, and top and bottom will be 20 pixel, and the left, right will be 0. And the paragraph, the service section title, the service section paragraph will be, the color is gray. Now if we see the output, so here you can see we get these icons and this section, and these are services. We have to use some padding, so inside this row we have to use some padding of 3, and after that we have to design this icon. Let me design this icon in our for this icon I am taking one class, so we can design it in our CSS. I am taking one class inside this spam tag, or just copy this class, the first one, FAB, service class FAB, and we have to design this. We have to change the background color of this icon, and the color will be this color, and the font size of this icon will be like 60 pixel, and the padding left will be 25 pixel. So now if you see the output, so here you can see the output, but the color of this WordPress icon is very light. We have to change it a little more black, like this. We just change the icon color. We use just one section, one service. Right here we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 section. We need to copy just this one section. We have to copy this column 6, copy this column 6 and paste it one time. So because we have to check the output. Here we just have one row, and we have 1 2 3 rows, and we have to copy this row, the whole row that we use in this service section. We need to copy the whole row, copy and paste 2 times, because we have to get 3 rows pasted. So right here we get all these 3 rows, and but the color of these icons is very light. But So you can use any type of color right over here, and we just use one icon of WordPress. You can use many type of icons right over here. And this is our services section. You can use any type of icons and content. So this is our services section. The next thing is our gallery. We have to design this gallery with the hover effect. So now let's get started. Another section for the gallery. Here I am taking one section with the class of gallery. Inside this gallery I am taking one container. Inside this container I am taking one row, and the row with the class of no wrap. And after the container I am taking one paragraph, that is our X section, subtitle, and after that I am taking one heading, H1, our gallery, and giving the class of font weight is bold, and the text is centered, and the padding top and bottom is 5, and the same classes will be given to our heading. Font weight is bold, and text will be centered, and padding bottom is 5. So now inside this row I am taking the class of column 3 and having one image inside this column. We are using our images, and whenever you want to use an image inside in Bootstrap, then you have to give the image class is image fluid. And now after that let's copy this column 4 times. So here now let me see the output for all of this. So now here you can see the result is very bad. So now let me customize all of this. So now let me design this gallery image in our CSS. First of all, gallery, and the image inside the gallery. The width will be 285 pixel, and the height will be 200 pixel, and the display will be inline block, and the border left is 1 pixel solid white. And now here we are using the transition in which the image is zoom in, transform
1 second, and the filter 2 seconds, is in out. So now let me see the output. So here the result is not good. Here the result is not good because we put the container spelling is wrong. So now let me see the output right over here. So here you can see the output.
If you change the class right over here, now let me see the output.
So now you can see the output is same as we have our first one, but here we use some other images. You can use we have another images right over here. We change the images. Now let me see the output. So here you can see the output is same as we have our first one, but we did not have our second row and the hover effect. Now let me put the another row, copy this one and paste after this row. So now let me see the output for all of this. So here you can see the output is same, but we did not have the hover effect. So now let me put the hover effect on this image, gallery image and hover.
The property is just transform. Let me just use the transform property. Transform scale 0.9. This is the single property that we have to use right over here for the hover effect. Now let me just refresh the output. So here you can see the hover effect on these images right over here. So now let me just so right here the gallery, paragraph, and the color will be gray. Okay, and let me add some padding bottom is 5, and inside this row as well, inside the container padding top and bottom is 5. Now let me just see the output. So guys, here this is our output, but we add some padding inside this heading and this paragraph. Let me just remove this padding. Now let me see the output right over here. So here you can see the output, and this is very beautifully designed our gallery right over here. And the next section that we are going to design is our news section. So now is the time to design this news section right over here. For that, let me just take one more section, the news section right over here. This is actually our news section. This is our news section, and inside this section I am taking one container. Inside this container I am taking one row, and inside this row I am going to take the column that is actually 3, and after that I am going to take one more columns that is with the class of mg9. And now let me add some padding top and bottom 5. And after this container, inside this container I am taking one paragraph that is our section subtitle, and after that one heading h1, that latest news. I'm taking one class for the font weight is bold, and the text is centered, and the same class is for the h1. So let me copy this class and paste it right over here. And I am also taking
padding bottom is 5. So now let me see the output right over here. So actually this is our output. Now let me design this section. And first of all I am taking one line, the HR tag, and after that we have this row. So before this row I am taking one more row. For the line with the 12 column, and inside this I am taking one HR tag. So actually this is our line, and after that inside these 3 columns I am taking one image. The image will be like this one, and with the class of image fluid, and after that inside this 9 column I am taking one heading with the small, like 1 page. Actually this is our like this one. Now let me see the output right over here. You can see this image that we used right over here, and this one heading, the colorful heading, and after that we have a link and a paragraph. Now let me add a link after this small paragraph. Copy this link and paste it with the H4 tag, and after this I'm taking one paragraph. So for that let me copy this paragraph and paste it right over here. Now let me see the output right over here. So this is actually our output. So now let me add some more color on this heading and this link as well. So for that I am going to the CSS. Inside the CSS we are going to design this. So let me copy this class from here, the news class. Just copy this class, and inside the CSS we are going to design this class with this class and the image that we used. First of all we are going to design the image, that is the display will be inline block, and the border left is 1 pixel, solid white, and the margin bottom is 15 pixel. And after that with the teams news section we are going to design the paragraph and the anchor link. First of all the color will be gray, and after that we are going to design our the anchor tag. The color of anchor tag will be black, not a pure black. Let me just add some more color on this black, like this one. So now let me see the output. So here you can see we added the anchor tag and this heading on the top. Now let me just edit this paragraph, the 1 page, like this one. For that we just take the small tag. So let me design the small tag. The font weight will be right over here is the font weight will be bold, and the color will be this one, and the margin bottom is 20 pixel. Now let me see the output. So here you can see the output. We designed it very beautifully. So now let me add some more sections, like the 3 section, the line after this one row and after this row. So now let me copy this. First of all, we are going to copy this row that we have lined inside this row and paste it after this row. And after this row, we are going to copy this row and paste it right over here after this line row. And after the line row, we are going to, after this row, we are going to copy the line row that we have after this row. Be careful that you are pasting, copy and pasting very carefully. So now let me see the output right over here. So here you can see the output we get, but we have to add one more row. So just copy this one row. You can change the images that we used right over here in this that we use same images, but you have to use different images that you have. Just to save our time, we use the similar images in these all of our rows, just to save our time. So now let me see the output. So here you can see we designed the news section that we have very beautifully. And after that, after this line, we have to add one button. This button with the hover effect. So now let me add this button after this line with the hover effect. For that we are going to use one more row. After this line row, we are going to use one more row for just for the responsiveness with the 12 column. No, we have to use after this line we have to use one button, the button with the class of btn1, and the margin top and bottom will be 5 or 3. Read more blog. So now let me design this button in our CSS. The news section, with the class of btn, the news section with the btn1. So now let me add some CSS on this button. First of all, we are going to take the height, that is 140 pixel, and after that we are going to take the width. The width will be 140 pixel, but the height that we take is 40 pixel. And after that we are going to take the background, that is transparent, and the color we are going to use is this color. And after that the outline will be none, and the border we are going to use is 2 pixel solid, this color, and margin left is 10 pixel, and display is inline block. So now let me see the output. So here you can see this button. We take this button on the left side, but we want this button in the center. For that we have to use we use this display in block property, and for that we have to use the text align property. text centered. After using this property, you will get this button in the center right over here, but we have to add some hover effect on this button. So let's go to the CSS, and here the new section with the class of BTM1 hover effect on this. So whenever we hover on this, the background will change, and the border will removed, the border will none, and the color will be, or the text of the color will be white. So now let me see the output, the hover effect that we get. You can see whenever we hover on this button, it changes background color and the text color as well. So we have done with this news section. After that, we have to design this contact us page, get in touch section, subtitle, and after that we have some input sections and the text area, and after that we have a submit button. For that, first of all, we have to use our new section. For that, I'm going to take one more section for our contact section with the class of contact. Inside this contact section, I'm taking one container. Inside the container, I'm taking one row, and we have to use some padding. Top and bottom is 5, and after this padding, we have to use one paragraph with the section subtitle, and after that we have to use H1. That will be our get in touch. We have to use some classes that will be font weight will be bold and text will be centered. The same classes for the H1. So now let me copy this and paste it inside the H1 starting tag. And after that, we have to design our form. For that, I am taking inside the row, we have to take the column with 8 columns. Inside these 8 columns, we have to take the form without action because we are not using our backend. So first of all, I am taking the small tag inside this form. Because we are going to design this section, first of all our label, and after that we have the 2 input sections. Inside the label, I am going to take our name, and after this small tag I am taking the form row, the class of form row. Inside this form row, I am taking classes with the columns of LG6, because we take this one class inside this 6 columns, one input section, and inside this we are going to take the input section that will name and the placeholder, and the class will be form control. Because whenever we use the input section inside the Bootstrap, we have to use the form control class. We are going to take our first name with the placeholder, first name, and I am taking here margin top 1. So now let me copy this column and paste it after this one. So let me change the placeholder. That will be our last name. Okay, and just see the output right over here. So here you can see the output we get the same form, but that is the form is not in center, that we have this one. So now let me center this and change the background color, that will be BG light. The background color will be light, and inside this, after this row with the column, let me add some margin left. Margin right is auto and margin left is also auto. So now by using this margin left right auto, you can get this form in the centered. You can get this form in the centered, but after that we have to add some more input sections like this, the email section and the text area. For that, after this row, the form row, we are going to take one more row, the form row with the form row class. Inside this we are going to take the class of column with the 12, because that is on the full width. In the input section, the email, type of email, and the class that will be form control, and the placeholder will be, the placeholder is email. And before this input section we have to use our label. I am going to take the label inside the small tag. We just have to put the email. That will be our place label. So now let me see the output. So here you can see the output. You can see the output we get very beautiful. After that we have to design our text area. For the text area, I am going to take our one more row with the form row. So one class with the form row.
So now in this form row we are going to add some text area. In this text area we have to give the class of form control as we give in the input section, and also add some margin bottom, and right here the columns will be 5 and the rows will be 10. So before this text area we have to add some label, that is enter your message. Okay, so after that we have to add a button. So now let me see the output right over here. So if we check the output right here, you can see the output for the text area that we add right now. So after that we have to add this large button, and for that we have to take one more row after this row with the class of form row. Inside this row we have to take a button. We have to take a button with the type of submit and with the class of btn and btn block, and margin top and bottom will be 3. So, and we are going to design this button in our CSS, the button with the class of btn, and the background will be, we have to add the background color, this one, and after that the color will be white, and the line height will be 2, and the font weight will be bold. So now let me see the output for this large button that we add right now. So you can see this large button after this text area. So the next thing that we are going to design is this newsletter section. where you have to put an email and subscribe to our newsletter. For that, I am going to take one more section or section with the class of letter. I'm taking one container. Inside this container, we have to take one row that we take before, and inside this row I am going to take a class with the column LG column 6, and inside this column we have to take this heading and this input section. For that, I am taking the H6 heading and copy this heading from here and paste it right over here. And after that, I have to take input method, input section email, and after that we have to take some padding inside that. Then I'm going to take a class padding left and right is 3. I have to enter a placeholder. The placeholder will be enter your email address, and after that we have to take a button. With this button, the subscribe button, subscribe, and with the type of submit, and with the class of btn info, with the class of btn info, that is actually our color, and add some padding inside this. Now if we see the output right here, if we see the output, what is the output? This section, this is actually our output for this section. Now we have to add the black background. The color of this class, the class of this section is lighter. Let me paste this class right over here and add some background color. The background color will be black, and the color that we have is actually white. The color will be white, and text align will be centered. Now if we add the the input type with the button, we have to add the height, that is 45 pixel, and the width will be 43%, and the background will be like, if you see the background is gray. Let me see the background. This is our background. So now the border will be none, and the color will be gray. Now the background is also gray, and we add the color is all gray. So let me change the background color. Now if we see the output right over here, you can see the output here with, and let me add some padding with this container. Padding top and bottom is 5. Now if we see the output, we can see this clearly, our section, but the background is little bit changed. So now we are going to make this section. For that, I am going to take one more class with the column of 6. and inside that I'm gonna take our heading, and let me copy this heading and paste it right here. After that we used some icons, and I am going to take all these icons from the Font Awesome website. So for that let me use the Font Awesome website. And we have to use the social media icons. First of all, the Facebook, copy this and paste it right over here inside the spam tag. And after that we have to use the Twitter, and after that we have to use the Google Plus, the Instagram. Let me paste it one more time, and if we add here the Instagram, and after that this is all. We have to use just 3 icons right over here. And now if we see the output, right here you can see the output, but our icons are very small. So let me add some font size on this icon. Our section with the class of letter and the icons with the class of FAB. The first of all, the font size will be 30 pixel, and the color will be white. That is already white, but we have to add some padding. The top and bottom is 0, but the left and right is 20 pixel. So now if we see the output right here, you can see the output. We just got it, our output, but right here in between this input section and this icons and this heading, we have some padding between them. So now let me here add some padding. Top and bottom is 3, and inside this heading we have to add some padding. The padding top and bottom is 3. Now if we see the output, now here you can see the output clearly. And the next thing that we are going to add is this footer section. For this footer section, I am going to take a footer after this all sections. Inside this footer we have to add this paragraph that we used in our first one website. Copy this paragraph and paste it right over here inside the container. So first of all we have to take a container. Inside the container we have to add a paragraph tag and paste it right over here. And inside the padding class we have to add some container class, we have to add some padding, and the text will be center. So now if we see the output, and let me edit this footer with the color. The footer background will be gray. Let me change it a little bit more, and if we add the color of the text will be gray. Now here if you see the output, so here you can see the output clearly. So for now that is all. If you like this video, then please subscribe to our channel, and this is awesome website is designed right over here. For more videos, click the link in the descriptions. Thank you.